My name is Adie. I am an activist for Palestine, and I was in Gaza for 2 years, and I was there during the bombings in 2012, and I saw those kids coming in one by one to the intensive care unit. I was there in the rubble as they were coming out lifeless, grey, with dust coming off them, and this is what's happening right now in Gaza again. It happened in 2012 where there was 170 killed, there was 30 kids amongst them, 1,000 injured. 2009, I taught a family that had 29 members of their extended family killed, the Samuni family, when I was there in 2010, 2012. And they'd been bombed in 2009, over 3 days. This is Israeli bombing again. 1,400 killed in 3 weeks, 330 children. This family were rounded up, all the extended family that lived on the street, 100 of them, left there with no food or water for a day and a half. They're all crying and screaming, many of them had been shot already, and then they bombed that with 100 people in it. And now I just had these kids that I was going to teach when I was there in 2010, and they were coming out to me without parents. I was just there with them teaching. And I said to one of the girls, "What message do you have?" Oh no, she was 11-year-old girl. How old are you?
Nearly 12.
Right, she's 11 like you were. She said, "What message do you have for England?" And I said to her, and she said, "Take care of your parents. I don't have any parents anymore, and I can't take care of them." So she was still looking outward to try and care for people. This is 11-year-old Mona. She lost her parents in the bombing. And then 2014, 2,200 people killed in 51 days, 500 children. This is the bombing of Gaza, let alone all the other crimes that are taking place against the Palestinians. Every day they're being forced out of their homes in Jerusalem, in the West Bank, in lots of villages and towns that Israel just wants to take over. You looked at the maps and you see that over the last 73 years, Israel has only wanted more and more land to get rid of the Palestinians. And if you're born Palestinian there, you'd think we were over racism. But if you're born Palestinian there, you have no rights, and you are the rejected person. At the moment you're born, the moment these kids are born, that's their designation. And we said apartheid was wrong. Mandela said it was apartheid, and he went to Palestine and said that's apartheid too. We're going to listen to Mandela, who knows about racism? Same with Desmond Tutu. He said it's worse than apartheid when he said boycott, and that's what we should all do, boycott. That's part of what we're doing here. We cut the ties, we stop the weapons going to Israel to bomb the Palestinians. Because right now this is Elbit. Elbit are the biggest private company. They're the biggest weapons manufacturer in Israel, and they make the money off the laboratory, the human laboratory that is Gaza, which is 2 million people, mostly children, in a tiny cramped place, one of the most crowded places on the planet. It's about the size of the Isle of Wight. And I was there, it's just refugee camps, it's tight streets, crowded people, crowded houses, and then they're just bombing them, they're carpet bombing them. They've carpet bombed 32 apartment blocks. These are crimes against humanity. These are right under the eyes of the world. And look at what's happening. Nothing. They're still doing it. America just said, we're not going to stop them. This is mad that an entire people can just be left like that, derelict under the bombs, when it's happened again and again and again. And you knock on a door to pump someone in Gaza, as I did many times when I was in Gaza, and you say, where are you from? They'll tell you a village that doesn't exist anymore. They were already forced from their villages in 1948, 73 years ago. They were forced from their villages over 6 months by when Israel was created, because they knew they had to clear the Palestinians out if it was going to be a Jewish state. But obviously if there's people living there already, you can't just clear them out. And that's what happened, and they've been clearing them out ever since. And then now it's the worst end of it in Gaza, where they're bombing them all the time, and they're the most high-tech weapons. Believe me, when those bombs fall, it's like your entire, everything solid, everything that's real is shaking from the rafters. So this is why we've got to stop these crimes, and we have to stand in the way. That's boycott, divestment and sanctions, and that's also stopping the arms trade, because you should not have a company that depends on the mass killing of children for their profits. That shouldn't exist, and that shouldn't be on the streets here in Oldham or anywhere else in the world. And that's why we're going to keep protesting, keep campaigning, and we're asking everybody else to get behind it, because if you cut the chains, just like for South Africa, you stop those links between companies making money from that death here, just like they did for Mandela in South Africa when they ended the racism against blacks in South Africa. You can do it here. And a lot of South African black activists have been supporting the Palestinians because they can see exactly what is going on. And they need the international solidarity, which is what we're doing, to support the people on the ground who are also existing to resist it. So we'll keep the fight going, and we'll keep coming back.
Free! 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 From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea!